Good morning. So today's class we are going to discuss about the insulin and glucagon. Now whenever we are talking about the pancreatic hormones, like what happens actually isolate of Langerhans, they contain you can say that they contains the different type of the cells like beta cell, Eckner cell, D cell, alpha cell or S cell, PP cell, etc. Now these cells are responsible for the secretion of the different hormones like insulin, glucagon, somatostatin, etc. So these are the cells are mainly, majorly you can say that responsible for the secretion of these hormones, and these hormones having some specific function. For example, glucagon. Glucagon it is secreted from the alpha cell, and almost you can say that 15% of these endocrine cells located periphery of the isolates are the alpha cell. What is the regulation? Glucagon secretion stimulated by the several factors. What are the factors? Metabolic factors like hypoglycemia, amino acid, arginine, lysine. Among the amino acid, arginine and lysine. Hormonal factor, catecholamine, cholecystokinin, gastrin, cortisol. Nerve factors, adrenergic receptor, vagal nerve, acetylcholine. Other factors like stress, exercise, infection. While it release, it inhibited by the metabolic factors, increase into the blood glucose, free fatty acid, ketone level, urea production, hormonal factors like insulin, somatostatin secretion. They are also inhibited. Nervous factor, alpha 2 adrenergic receptor. What is the major role? Major role is the insulin action. Regulate the carbohydrate metabolism, enhance blood glucose concentration and reduce the glycogen level. Lipid metabolism, increasing free fatty acid level in blood. Increase cardiac output and bile secretion, stimulate insulin, somatostatin, growth hormone secretion and inhibit the gastric acid secretion. So these are the major roles of the glucagon. Now coming to the insulin. Now insulin and amylin both are secreted by the beta cell, which consists of the almost 75% of the endocrine cell located at the center of islands. Now insulin, it will be secretion stimulated by the increase into the glucose, amino acid, beta keto acid. So all those things it will stimulate the insulin secretion. What are the hormonal factors? Like glucagon, gastrointestinal hormone, growth hormone, cortisol, progesterone, estrogen, they are also increasing their secretion. Nervous factors like beta adrenergic, M2 cholinergic receptor also it is, you can say that these are increasing the stimulating their secretion. While metabolic factors like potassium depletion, hormonal factors, insulin, somatostatin, catecholamines and alpha 2 receptor, they inhibit their release. Insulin, regulation of the carbohydrate metabolism, lipid metabolism and protein metabolism. These are the important function of the insulin. Amylin, in case of the amylin, glucose, arginine, carbachol increase into the secretion of the amylin, while somatostatin act as the inhibitory factor. Plays important role into the blood glucose level by suppressing the secretion of the postprandial glucagon and also slow down the gastric emptying, decrease intake food and body weight. Other hormones are the somatostatin, which is secreting from the delta cell, and it is secretion is stimulated by the blood glucose, increased amino acid, increased fatty acid, increased cholecystokinin. It is reduce the secretion of the insulin and glucagon, reduce the motility of the stomach, duodenum, gallbladder, inhibit the secretion and absorption of from the gastrointestinal tract, increase the period of the time cover which nutrients are digested into the blood. So this pancreatic polypeptide PP cells stimulated by the protein milk. Secretion of pancreatic polypeptide also increases due to the excitation into the vagal nerve, administration of the gastrin, secretin, etc. inhibit insulin, somatostatin, pancreatic zymogen, gastric acid secretion, and reduces gallbladder contractility and gastrointestinal motility. Ghrelin epsilon cell, they recently investigated that this type of the cell, you can say that hormones as well as the human isolate. Now ganglion may involve into the appetite stimulation, and research evidence suggested that it decreases the food intake. So these are the about the different type of pancreatic hormones.